Welcome to the fourth episode of our series, Before Salahuddin. In the last episode, we explored the Seljuk leaders' early reform efforts and their alliance with Shafi'i Ash'ari scholars, a politically driven initiative that ultimately failed. From the failure, the Muslim world learned a crucial lesson. Societal transformation cannot be dictated by political leaders alone. This realization was embraced by a remarkable scholar, Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. Today, we dive into the story of a man who redefined reform. Abu Hamid al-Ghazali's life was one of profound transformation. A man who withdrew from the world only to return stronger, reshaping it with clarity and purpose. At the heart of his mission was a groundbreaking idea, charting a new path for the Muslim world by inspiring individuals to rebuild society from within. This would later spark a transformation that changed the course of history. Abu Hamid al-Ghazali was born in 1058 CE in Tus, a small town in present-day Iran. He began his education locally but later traveled to Nishapur to study under the great scholar Imam al-Haramain al-Juwayni. Recognized for his brilliance, al-Ghazali became al-Juwayni's trusted assistant, writing al-Manqul, a work so exceptional that his teacher joyfully exclaimed, "You have buried me while I'm still alive. Couldn't you have waited until I was dead?" This was just the beginning of al-Ghazali's rise. His alignment with the Ash'ari theological school reflected his deep intellectual yearning and structured approach to faith. His reputation grew so quickly that Nizam al-Mulk appointed him head of the prestigious Nizamiya school in Baghdad at just 33 years old, a position akin to leading a modern-day university like Harvard. Scholars traveled from across the Muslim world to hear him speak, and his influence extended even to the political elite. The Nizamiya school wasn't just an academic institution, it was an intellectual hub tied to the rulers of a vast empire. And al-Ghazali's position came with royal-level luxury. It's reported that his outfit alone was worth 500 dinars, equivalent to $125,000 today. He was not only a celebrity, but a symbol of what many Muslims saw as ultimate success, achieving greatness in this life and the afterlife. Yet, despite his fame and fortune, something within him felt incomplete. Al-Ghazali lived in an age of fierce intellectual and spiritual debates. Philosophers questioned the nature of reality. Theologians argued over God's attributes. Ismailis claimed an infallible imam, and mystics sought deeper spiritual truths. This ideological chaos left al-Ghazali deeply unsettled. On one hand, he feared for the future of Islam. On the other, he craved personal clarity. He needed to know, what is truth? This longing for certainty drove him into a crisis of doubt, a hunger for undeniable truth that would anchor his beliefs and give him peace. To resolve his doubts, al-Ghazali thoroughly studied, analyzed, and dissected the major intellectual traditions of his time. First, he mastered Kalam theology, delving into the core doctrines of Islamic belief. Then he researched into Batiniya, the teachings of the Ismaili Shiites. Next, he tackled Greek philosophy, which included natural sciences. Finally, he turned to Sufi knowledge, seeking spiritual enlightenment. Through this process, al-Ghazali sought to separate truth from error, building a foundation of knowledge that would not only transform his own life, but also inspire a movement of renewal for the entire Muslim world. Al-Ghazali's journey didn't stop there. He would go on to redefine the way Muslims approached knowledge, faith, and society, laying the groundwork for leaders like Salahuddin to emerge. In our next episode, we'll explore how al-Ghazali's ideas influenced his contemporaries and how his revolutionary program set the stage for one of the greatest transformations in Islamic history. Stay tuned, it's going to be exciting. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, follow, and repost. Join us next time as we uncover the legacy of al-Ghazali and the seeds of a revival that changed the Muslim world.